On WAVY News 10 at 6.
Now, from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
Right off the top at 6, 2 breaking stories. First, investigators are looking into the discovery of a woman's body. We got the call about this homicide during WAVY News 10 at 4, so we sent Chopper 10, as you see right here. This is on Tree Bark Place. That's off Village Drive between Big Bethel Road and Interstate 64. You can see several first responders there. Police now say the homicide appears to be domestic in nature, and the victim had multiple cuts. Our Liz Palka is on the scene. Look for updates on WAVY.com and tonight at 10 and 11. Our other breaking news from Virginia Beach. That's where police are looking for 2 men believed to be luring young children on Castlewood Drive in the Glenwood neighborhood. The picture that you need to see most is this one right here, a Nissan SUV that police say drove up to 3 children trying to get their attention. So tonight, police are looking for that SUV, possibly with front bumper damage, and 2 Hispanic men. If you know anything about this, call police. Also tonight, they're trusted to get your luggage from here to there. But now, 3 men are busted at Norfolk International Airport. They're accused of shipping luggage under the radar, all to steal valuables. It's a trip ripoff that'll have you thinking twice about how you pack for your next vacation. 10 on your side got the call about missing items from checked bags nearly 7 months ago. After a federal investigation, 3 men who worked at the airport face a long list of serious charges. Tonight, a look at the elaborate operation that's now been grounded. 10 on your side's Chris Horn is live at federal court in Norfolk with more. Chris?
Yeah, Anita, federal authorities say the methods varied among the 3 defendants. One man's charged with using Craigslist to sell a stolen item back to its original owner. The other 2 apparently pawned the items just to try to get the money directly. All 3 are free on bond this evening, and they had little to say to us when they left federal court late this afternoon.
Away from my car. Back up from my car.
Dante Chandler, seen here getting into the passenger seat. Gregory Paul Wingard and Chris Arthur Perry all face federal charges in connection with items being stolen from checked luggage at Norfolk International. According to federal indictments, Chandler stole an iPad from a piece of luggage and then tried to sell it back to the owner. Perry and Wingard, meanwhile, are charged with stealing guns, electronics, and jewelry and then pawning them. One of the guns belonged to Kevin Coulong of Chesapeake.
I am very concerned that they know which pieces of luggage have weapons in them and which don't. How are they able to zero in on my bag?
Coulong never got his Smith & Wesson .357 revolver back, but he was reimbursed by the airline. Federal authorities say in the indictment that the scheme involving Coulong's gun was similar to other stolen items. Once the item was taken from the checked bag, baggage handlers would switch the tags with other luggage to make sure the bag got lost.
I think it's a very serious problem that luggage is getting broken into.
Perry and Wingard worked for a contract baggage handling firm that is no longer in place at Norfolk International Airport. That firm is Envoy Air. I reached out to them this afternoon. With the merger between American Airlines and U.S. Airways, Envoy now falls under American. So I called them. I have not heard back. That question that our victim asked about how they were able to zero in on bags that had weapons and high-value items is an important one, and we'll follow up on that tomorrow. Live in Norfolk, Chris Horn, 10 on your side.
Old Norfolk isn't alone when it comes to passenger item thefts. A CNN analysis of property loss claims filed with the TSA shows from 2010 to 2014, there were more than 30,000 claims of missing valuables, mostly packed and checked luggage. The rest happened at TSA checkpoints. In all, the TSA reports $2.5 million in missing valuables during that time period. For more on this story, including the full indictment, head to this story on WAVY.com. Developing in Virginia Beach tonight, new information on the raid on an Econo Lodge and the big arrests that came with it. The suspects facing sex trafficking charges faced a judge this morning. The court paperwork to go with it is quite disturbing. 10 on your sides, Jason Marks is live at the courthouse with the latest on this case. Jason?
Anita, disturbing is the right word here. Today in court, we heard allegations of how the suspects physically abused the victim, how they sold her for sex, and how the victim was only 16 years old.
This is the face of a man accused of selling a 16-year-old girl for sex. He is 22-year-old Kadario Uzzle. and prosecutors say he ran the sex trafficking ring with 4 other people. The horrific details came out inside a Virginia Beach courtroom this afternoon. We're told Uzzle was the last of the 5 to be in control of the girl. She was passed around from suspect to suspect. Prosecutors say here at the O'Connell Lodge on Northampton Boulevard and at other hotels, Uzzle would slap and kick the victim in her private areas if she refused to go to appointments or refused to do certain sexual acts. Court records show he would cock an unloaded gun and press it against the victim's leg and then pull the trigger to pinch her skin. He's also accused of saying he'd go after her family if she didn't do what he said. We're told Daryl Threat, Keith Threat, and to Jacob Blackston were no better. They're accused of posting online ads and would drive the 16-year-old to her appointments. Prosecutors told the judge this woman, 22-year-old Sade Castro, started it all off. She was the first one to sell the 16-year-old's body. All 5 suspects would keep the money the victim would make. SWAT and Virginia Beach police swarmed the motel Monday after the victim was able to break free and call for help. Officers found drugs and heroin in a hotel room. Prosecutors say 4 of the 5 suspects confessed to the crime. Castro was the only one who denied her involvement. Today, the judge denied bond for all 5 suspects.
And as I was investigating this case, I dug through all the arrests over the last week here in Virginia Beach. I found something interesting. 9 men and women who were arrested in the last week with charges related to pimping or prostitution. In fact, I found 2 men who I confirmed that were accused of selling sex from minors. Now, Virginia Beach police are not saying anything about any investigation. That's the latest here in the beach. Jason Marks, 10 on your side.
Thank you, Jason. And along with Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Hampton, and Chesapeake also made arrests during this week's sex trafficking operation. We called all 3 cities. Hampton hasn't gotten back to us. And Norfolk says they arrested 18 people, including 17 women, one of which is just 17 years old. Chesapeake made 6 arrests, including 52-year-old Iwea Song, 19-year-old Kendall Golding, 22-year-old Jamison Chapman, and 28-year-old Cleo Washington. A Portsmouth mother pleads guilty to starting a fight in her child's classroom. Today, Geneva Marshall appeared in court to face charges from a September incident. Police say that she stormed into her son's 5th grade class at James Hurst Elementary School. She then ordered her son to fight another student. During the melee, she pushed 3 other children down. Marshall pled guilty to 6 charges in all. Parents want to know how she even got into the classroom.
How did Miss Geneva get into that school like that when they have all these staff and stuff isn't present?
Geneva Marshall will serve 1 year in a Virginia corrections facility. New developments in the appeals process for the former first couple of Virginia. First, former Governor Bob McDonnell has asked the U.S. Supreme Court to review his convictions on corruption charges. The request argues that he was convicted based on an overly broad definition of corruption. Prosecutors have 30 days to respond. The justices have no deadline for considering the appeal. Meantime, his wife Maureen's appeal case has been put on hold pending that decision. Oral arguments in her appeal were scheduled for later this month. Still to come on WAVY News 10 at 6, an update on the search for that dangerous fox in a Virginia Beach park. Animal Control makes an important decision, and we'll let you know what's next. Plus, the day after the Democratic debate, the front runner in the polls talks only to 10 on your side about last night and about the direction of the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Couple of degrees cooler for the day today, but still very pleasant, around 70, 75 degrees during the day today. But over the weekend, we'll see the coldest temperatures since late April of this year. Last April, we had 41, 45 for lows, 54, 58 for high temperatures. What's going to be this weekend? I'll have it for you in a few minutes.
Kind of feels like football weather. And in sports, after a week off, ODU gears up for homecoming weekend. Bruce has a preview and more as we continue this Wednesday night.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 6 with Tom Shad, Nicole Livas, Chief Meteorologist Don Slater, and Bruce Slater Sports. When our community needs a helping hand, 10 on your side is there.
We rely so much on our volunteers.
When they asked us if we could volunteer, it's a great opportunity for us to finally give back.
This is what we're here for. They're the ones that we're here to serve, and what better way to do it than handing them over some food.
It's just great to be out here, to be able to serve the community in this way.
There's so many people that have walked up to me and have said, thank you so much. They've given us hugs. So it really means something.
Helping those in need. That's 10 on your side.
Pollard's, over 48 years of chicken at its best. Backed by popular demand, our breast filet sandwich, fries, and a drink for only $4.99. Stop by one of our 8 locations today. Pollard's is the best chicken in town.
I'm Bobby Hatton, a mesothelioma trial lawyer. Would you call an out-of-town doctor that you know nothing about to care for your family? Probably not. Then why call an out-of-town lawyer? I grew up in Newport News, and for the past 38 years, hundreds of my mesothelioma clients have been local shipyard workers, refinery workers, and retired Navy sailors. Look us up. Ask your friends and neighbors. PWHD, local lawyers with a national reputation.
Life is a non-stop journey. A collection of departures, arrivals, hard work, and not so hard work. At Norfolk International Airport, we're excited to be part of your journey. With improved concourses, more dining and retail options, and a wide variety of nonstop flights, you're never far away. Start your journey at takeoff.com.
You're looking for a new car. So what do you like? Well, it's got to be safe, come with the latest technology, and of course, great reviews from the experts. No matter what you like, you'll find it in a Honda.
Honda, I like it.
Start your search with a new Civic, just $149 a month. Plus, if you're a recent or soon-to-be college grad, get an additional $500 off. Find your Honda at your Hampton Roads Honda dealers.
On game day, have fresh, delicious, and homemade food from Pollard's Catering. Just sit back, have fun, and watch the game. Enjoy full dinners or just a few platters. Call or order online at pollardscatering.com. Pollard's is the best chicken in town.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Michael & Son Services.
A piece of history is now just that on the ocean front. History. 10 on your side was there as the last wall to the Dairy Queen on 27th Street and Atlantic Avenue came down, thanks to a demolition crew. The DQ served up ice cream and treats for some 66 years before closing on September 30th. Hyatt now leases the property and will build a hotel there. 10 on your side has learned that a Virginia Beach park closed because of a fox attack over the weekend is now back open. We've been tracking the situation at Great Neck Park since Sunday. 2 people were attacked by the animal then, and a dog was attacked on Saturday. Animal Control says they have not been able to find the fox and believe there's no further threat at this point, so the park is back to being open as normal. Next at 6, Andy Fox one-on-one with presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. See what she's saying about last night's debate and the issues facing people here in Hampton Roads. And remember, everything you need to know about the presidential election and the upcoming November elections can be found on WAVY.com. Just click on Politics under the News tab. We'll be right back.
The Nissan Rogue. With blind spot warning, a round view monitor, and intuitive all-wheel drive that knows just when to kick in. Choose the 2015 Rogue, just $229 per month, or get 0% APR for up to 60 months. Nissan, innovation that excites. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
You too can live in paradise all year long. Special financing and rebates are now available. Plus, look for more early bird discounts.
Let climate makers make your climate just right. ClimateMakers.com.
It's Ford SUV season. Now just sign and go with 0 down, 0 due at signing, and 0 first month's payment, hassle-free. Choose from Ford Escape, Edge, Explorer, and Expedition, every SUV. Ford makes it easier for you to be unstoppable during SUV season. Now get a Ford Escape with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $500 bonus cash, or sign and go for $279 a month, only at your local Ford dealer.
Virginians deserve a fiscally responsible government that works together to get things done.
When Republicans and Democrats needed to work together, Monty made it happen.
We needed a law to prevent nursing home abuses and to protect our seniors. Monty made it happen.
When military families like mine needed better educational opportunities, Monty made it happen.
And I'll make sure to keep working on common sense solutions for all Virginians.
Monty Mason for delegate.
This segment of WAVY News 10 is brought to you by Priority Infiniti, the newest Priority dealership.
Shane is a student at ECPI University. But for 9 years, he worked late nights, which took an emotional and physical toll. He was ready for a change, and ECPI offered him the opportunity to explore new career choices. Shane will graduate with a degree in cloud computing and is already working, providing businesses more efficient data management over the internet.
ECPI was the best decision I ever made.
Discover cloud computing at ECPI University, on campus or online. Go to ecpi.edu today.
From the station on your side, you're watching WAVY News 10 at 6.
And we're back now with the Democratic frontrunner in the race for the White House, one-on-one with 10 on your side. Fresh off last night's debate, the highest-rated Democratic debate in history, Hillary Clinton is talking about the issues and the aftermath of the face-off in Las Vegas. And in a Christopher Newport University poll out on Monday before the debate, the former First Lady led the Democratic candidates, including Vice President Joe Biden, should he choose to run, by a wide margin. 10 on your side's Andy Fox now with his exclusive interview with Hillary Clinton. Andy?
Anita, there's also a poll online at WAVY.com that shows Senator Bernie Sanders won the debate handedly. I asked Hillary Clinton about that. Her path to the White House was supposed to be easy. She is finding it is anything but that. Several polls show it is Senator Bernie Sanders who's touching the hearts of the Democratic Party, cutting through the political clutter. I asked Hillary Clinton if that bothers her.
I do think that he is energizing people, which is good for the Democratic Party. It's good for our democracy. I think at the end of the day, I will be the nominee of the Democratic Party, and I will take it to the Republicans.
I asked Clinton about Lincoln Chafee's questioning her ethical standards.
I think we need someone that has the best in ethical standards as our next president. That's how I feel.
Secretary Clinton, do you want to respond?
No. Well, I'm not going to respond, Andy. I think that, you know, the people of New York elected me twice, the second time with even a higher percentage of the vote. President Obama chose me, his primary opponent, to be Secretary of State. I think my record speaks for itself.
Secretary Clinton, is Bernie Sanders tough enough on guns?
No. Not at all.
Clinton says you have to be tough on guns because America isn't tough on mental health services.
We have to take a hard look at our mental health system from top to bottom, and we've got to do exactly what you're saying. We've got to do more to help people. Right now, too many of them end up in jail without any sort of treatment, and unfortunately, we know that they don't come out any better. They often come out worse.
She, too, found this moment the highlight of the debate.
The American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
You know?
On defense, Clinton opposes sequestration in Hampton Roads.
To cut spending just across the board, regardless of consequence, without really taking into account where we need to be positioned for the future, I believe is not the right way to go.
And Ms. Clinton also understands her possible place in history to be the first female president. She has often spoken about that last glass ceiling in America. You can see my entire interview with Ms. Clinton shortly on WAVY.com. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
And a look at where our weather's coming from. We got some changes coming up overnight that are relatively minor. But I'll show you those, and I'll show you the really, really big changes coming up for our weekend and your weekend plans. Here's what's going on right now. We look at a reinforcing shot of cooler air that's out there. It does have a little bit of rain with it. I doubt that we're going to see much, if any, rain as it drops on through. Little bit later on this evening. It'll likely be a little closer to between 9 and midnight as it drops on through the region. And it'll pop up the winds a little bit, but again, not all that much. And it'll be a degree or two cooler coming up for tomorrow, but still close to normal. Normal is around 70, and I think that's what we're going to see coming up for the day tomorrow. By 9 o'clock, this version of Future Track has it dropping on through, and I think that's pretty close. Stray shower possible, but not real likely. Take it through the overnight hours. 5-10 mile-an-hour winds out of the north-northwest tomorrow morning. 5-10 mile-an-hour winds at the noon hour. I might see a few clouds in the morning, but then that's it. Sunshine in the afternoon. And as I mentioned, a couple couple of degrees cooler. Today was around 73, 75, 76 degrees into the area. Tomorrow will be a little bit closer to 70 for an afternoon high. By Friday, we'll warm back up a little bit. 5-10 mile an hour winds, 7 o'clock in the morning. Take it to the noon hour. Uh-oh, what's this? Now, this is when the bottom starts dropping out. It'll happen on Friday afternoon, generally during the afternoon hours, mid to late afternoon hours coming on through. I think by 7 o'clock in the evening, we've got a northwesterly wind at 10 miles an hour, and the temperature's not going to just plummet right away. That cooler air will filter on into the area for the weekend. Here's where things are, the longer range view, Friday evening into Sunday evening, 7 o'clock on Friday evening. Take you all the way into Sunday morning. The reason I'm stopping at Sunday morning is this stream of cloud cover right here. And I've been telling you this the past couple of days. We'll also likely see a little bit of a breeze out of the north-northwest to start the day coming up on Sunday. But the big story is it's going to really, really get cooler. Today, again, beautiful day, beautiful sunset out there right now at Virginia Beach Town Center. Here's what's going on for that time frame that we're looking at. Saturday morning, 49, 62 for a high. So that's cool. But then Sunday morning, 44 for a low, 57 for a high. Monday, 40 for a low, some 30s inland, 56 for a high, and back up to 65 as we finally start recovering a little bit for Tuesday. Now today, again, it's not bad out there right now, 68, 69 to about 70, 73 degrees after temperatures warmed on up considerably more than that. Well, not considerably more than that, but generally more than that. 71 to about 76 degrees into the region for the day today. How about tomorrow? As I mentioned, a degree or two cooler, likely around 69, 68, 70 degrees over Virginia Beach. North and northwesterly winds at 5 to 10, becoming more southerly overnight. Here's where we are for inland south side, 70 to around 72 degrees. Here's where we are for tomorrow. Normal high temperature around 70. It'll be 2 to 3 degrees cooler than what we saw for the day today. So around 68 to 71, 72 degrees into the area for the peninsula. Now again, 70 tomorrow. Just ahead of the cool air, we'll see partly cloudy skies on Friday, and then that cool front drops on through in the afternoon, and things will cool on down. There are those temperatures once again all the way to the weekend and beyond. Finally recover again by Tuesday. I'll have updates for you. That'll be coming up at 11.
Well, we're talking college football tonight. Old Dominion looking to snap its 3-game losing streak at homecoming. William and Mary looking to revenge its loss against New Hampshire. And some good news for a change for the Redskins. Next on the Sports Wrap.
Who says desirable can't also be responsible? With 46 standard safety features, the Lexus RX is proof that fun can be good for you. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 RX 350 for $399 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Never clean out your gutters again. Leaf Guard by Starling Guttering. WAVY's expert on your side.
Call the Decker Law Firm. If you're really hurt, like in an accident, their advice won't cost you anything.
We've been helping people just like you for 50 years. Make the right call now. Decker Law Firm.
Helping people.
I'm Frank Wagner, candidate for Senate, and I sponsored this ad.
Cox executive Gary McCullum caught falsely claiming a wartime military record. His claim proven a lie. Before Cox severed ties, McCullum was caught taking paid leave. Having presided over rate hike after rate hike, McCullum took hundreds of thousands of dollars from Cox subscribers to run for political office and never worked a day. Gary McCullum, dishonest, untrustworthy.
The best Romont racers on the planet are coming to Virginia Motorsports Park. October 23rd and 24th, the Brian Olson Memorial PDRA World Finals. Presented by Mel Busch Motorsports. 42nd Romonts and over 220 miles an hour. Blaze the BMB 8 Mile. Over $125,000 up for grabs. And world champions will be crowned. Jet Money Card Boom Nights. Kids 12 and under get in free. Every ticket's a pit pass. Plus free parking. Get discount tickets at PDRA660.com. October 23rd and 24th. VMP.
Beautiful windows, serious energy savings.
Plus a true lifetime warranty, that's the difference.
Window World, WAVY's experts on your side.
A healthy smile is a powerful thing. It deserves Delta Dental, the nation's leading dental benefits provider. We make it easy to protect your smile and keep it healthy.
Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 RC350 for $429 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Redskins star receiver Deshaun Jackson was back on the practice field today, and there is a chance he could play Sunday against the Jets. I'm Bruce Rader, the Redskins' top big play target. Deshaun Jackson hasn't played since the team's opening season loss to the Dolphins. That was 1 month and 1 day ago. Since then, he has been waiting for his hamstring injury to mend. Coach Jay Gruden said today he feels Jackson is very, very close to playing again. If it's not this Sunday, then definitely next weekend against Tampa Bay, and nobody's any happier than quarterback Kirk Cousins.
Anytime your best players are on the field, you have a great chance as a play caller, as a quarterback, to do some special things. And getting Deshaun back gives us that opportunity. I still think we're going to have the same plays in our playbook, and it's just a matter of what we want to emphasize and when we want to call different things.
I'll have much more on this story from Redskins Park tonight at 10:45 on the Fox 43 Sports Wrap. The Old Dominion football team opened the season with 2 wins, followed by 3 losses. So last Saturday's day off, well, it couldn't have come at a better time. The Monarchs returned to Conference USA action Saturday, hosting Charlotte. It's homecoming. And freshman quarterback Schuler Bentley says the key to the Monarchs offense is getting off to a quick start.
Some early success would be nice. Hopefully get the ball first, go down the field, score. That'd be just to get confidence going, just to have that. All right, we can do this, or everybody could take a breath. We can do this. We can play with these guys. We can move the chains. We can sustain drives. It's going to be another challenge for us, and we're looking forward to it. I mean, nothing's going to be easy, and that's why we're out here working for it.
By the way, because of the baseball playoff coverage on Fox, this week's Old Dominion football show with Coach Wilder will air tomorrow night at 10:45 on Fox 43. If you're not going to be home, set your DVRs now for Thursday, tomorrow at 10:45 on Fox for the Old Dominion football show. The William & Mary football team, ranked 24th in the nation, will host 19th ranked New Hampshire Saturday in Williamsburg. Homecoming isn't officially until next week against Hampton, but Saturday is a homecoming of sorts for the Tribe, who have played 4 of their first 5 games on the road. Kevin Rogers has the offense going strong, but his boss, head coach Jimmy Laycock, remembers last year's 29-point loss and how well New Hampshire quarterback Sean Goodrich played against his Tribe.
Last year, they were a good team, and they really handled us up there. We couldn't get anything going offensively. I think we only had about 200 yards offense against them, and their quarterback played very well. And again, it just wasn't a good game for us. But again, this is a different year, different team, and we can't sit back and start thinking about how well we did last week. We've got a big one in front of us, and I'm sure our players recognize that.
That is a noon game Saturday in Williamsburg, and it's going to be rocking. The Texas Rangers lead the Toronto Blue Jays 3-2 in the 6th inning of the American League Divisional Series. And more on all of the stories I mentioned before, and a look at Hampton High School's dazzling Daz Newsome tonight at 10:45 on the Fox 43 Sports Wrap. And I'll see you guys back here at 11.
I'm hanging with Bruce on Friday for Friday Night Lights, and I'm thinking it's going to be cold. We're going to be cold.
I think by Friday night it will be. It'll be really chilly, though, coming up by Saturday and beyond.
Our coverage continues on WAVY.com.